So, what are we going to do with this kit? These two guys. What am I going to do for painting? Detailing. All that fun stuff. Well, for starters, we have to break down this kit based on its colors. I'm going to put that here so we can focus on that. Now, I have been putting to the side stuff that I'm going to use for painting, and I got new paint from my recent visit to Anime NYC and from Gundam Planet. And well, I did order something from Hobbyland Japan. Unfortunately, the colors does not match this, so I'm not going to use it. So I decided to put everything that I had here in this tray, of this box of colors here, this box here of the one of the kits that I made, and separate what I'm going to be using for this build. I'll put it to the side, and we're going to begin with the Kai Zaku 2 FZ, also known as the Zaku Kai. Green is pretty much the two tones of this color, and I have two types of greens here. I have the dark green, Mr. Color 320, and considering that I picked this up at Anime NYC, well, hold on, before I show it off, I was originally going to use MS green here. This is a light tone of green. This green may be a little too light, and what I was actually considering doing when I had this was I was going to prime all the light green tones black, and then use this to cover it over it. This should give me the extra tone over the color of this kit. That was my original idea. However, when I went to Anime NYC, I was able to get this deep green. It is, of course, the tone that I'm looking for this color. So this I won't use. Now, as you could see, this is a little darker, but it's almost the same. So I think what I'm going to do is the darker tones I will prime black, and then the normal priming will be for the lighter tones. That way you can see the color separations and the highlight. So we have these two here. That's good. For the yellow, I have the standard yellow here, MS yellow, so we got that. Now there's this lightish gray tone, which is pretty much represents the inner frame, the joint areas of the kit. Let me see here. I actually picked this up at New York Anime NYC, and this is technically pretty much perfect for this build. And this is intermediate blue. It says here if I wanted, I could have mixed 80% gray and 20% purple to get this tone. But since I have this is perfect enough. I think I'll still darken it up a bit just to not be too light. So we have that color right there. The red tones, well, I have the russet. That's always my favorite, but it's it's too light of a red, and this is a too dark. Give me a second here. I just put some paints to the side. I actually used this on my Kembo, the Malice Kembo. This is the Char Red, Sazabi Red. And then I also have Modo Pure Red, but I think the Pure Red may be a little too much for me, so I'm going to use this color. It was actually really nice using it on the other kit, so I have that. We'll put this to the side for now. There is a dark gray part So I will use my tried and true Titan's Blue one for that. Now there may be some slight variations of color tones. I may review this again and make a change up depending on how it looks, how I feel comfortable with this. I may make a two-tone color for the gun and whatnot, but we'll keep that for now right there for now for this. Now for the Alex, we have the tried and true white color tones. Now I was actually reviewing this. Let me go here. So we have a lot of white, and interestingly enough, there's not that much part separations. So I'm going to probably do all white for this guy using cool white. I could use Modo's pure white. Modo is a really nice color. But for now, we're going to put this here as a stand-in for now. By the way, all this paint is subject to change. I am thinking of doing a two-tone color because I do see the separations of the color for the panel lining where the whites are here on the waist unit, on the side skirt. I see this little circle part here that I could probably paint that off a different color tone. The same thing holds true with this, and maybe the connector on the top. Don't know about the head, I have to review that. Shield is all one piece, so unfortunately it's going to be the same color. I could paint off this color tone a different color, and my intention would probably be either, and I'm going to show off what I got. So I could either use MS White or Gray, FS 26440. This is, if you could look at here in the light, you can actually see 3 different shades of white right there. Except this is not white, but it's near close to white. So I may end up using this 325 as a color separation. We'll consider that for now. So that's a good idea. Now, tone of blue red, we can use this, or I think I may end up using the Modo, the pure red for this. Very few red parts here, no big deal. So I'm going to probably leave that as is. For the yellow, I'm going to pull from this. Considering how very few yellow parts are here, this should cover up both kits. So we have that across the board. Now for the blue. Blue has a very nice color tone. Whether I was actually thinking of doing two-tone, but reviewing this again, there's not much for it to show off two-tone. You have the bottom part, you have the side thrusters, you have the cover from the shield. Clearly you have the chest plate, the actual part that opens up for the canopy, the forearm that covers up the Gatling gun, and that's pretty much it. So there's no way to do a two-tone with the blue. But what blue are we going to be using? Well, I did pick up this nice light blue, but I'm not going to use it. It's too light for my taste. I could use Exam Blue. It is a bit strong. It would fit perfectly with this. However, I'll put this here by the side. I have 2 other blues here. So I have the M004 Royal Blue, which is very, very pretty. I've used this a few times here and there, but I think what I'm going to use is this one, the Pro Mix Expert Use of Color Cobalt Blue. I think that's very nice. The cobalt blue would be perfect for this. So we got the blue. We got the yellow, red, white, secondary white. Going back to the other tones here, let's see, because you also have gray and then light gray, dark gray, and a bluish gray. So we have MS gray, and then we have phantom gray. So we have two tones of grays here we could utilize, and of course tried into Titan's blue, but I think that's almost close to this, so most likely I'm just going to omit that for this. I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered all the bases here. If I missed something, you guys let me know. Now, I've already mentioned that I'm gonna be using the helmet on this to turn it into like the Fritz version of it. That's one. I like the thruster bells that's on this, but I'm going to see how well those thruster bells look if I decide to use something that a good friend of mine sent me. And that is these 3D printed thruster bells that Miguel printed for me. I think these look really nice with this. Let me pull one out for that. Oop, one's inside the other. Can't tell if that's for that. Come on, come on. Don't be shy. Can't seem to. Oh, let me go mine. Not that one. I mean, there are various versions here. I'll have to figure out which one would be, but something like this would be nice for this. The Kai has 3 thrusters on the backpack, plus 2 under each leg. Nothing on the skirt armor. So we could use this. I'll review what's on the kit compared to this and see which one I'll choose. Don't think I'll use thrusters for the Gundam, for the Alex. As a matter of fact, let me see something here. You have 2 big thruster bells back here, and you have vents. So I don't think I'll be utilizing those. But I am making a decision with this. As much as it looks good with the Chobam armor and the parts that will make up the Chobam armor, the actual frame, I'm going to spray paint it using Mr. Color Metallic Super Chrome Silver. That will be for the Chobam armor, and then for the armor itself over it, I can use light blue. This is a very interesting light blue. I don't know if this is good. Is it still good, or oh no, it's not good because there's nothing there to use. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, this thing is dry. Oh, garbage. There we go. I may change up that. I don't know. I could utilize this. That would be perfect for that. I don't know. Because I'm also thinking I'm not using the Chobam armor, and I'm not thinking of using the beam rifle. I like the bazooka better. Considering that I've been playing, this was my favorite mobile suit that I've been using in Battle Operations 2. I've always gotten success utilizing this guy. So I'm most likely end up using him more than I am using in Chobam armor mode. But I will still make it just in case and have it around and then take it off, of course. So what do you guys think of that idea with this? I mean, these paints are good. I may end up changing it down the road, but there is one last thing I should mention, and I didn't cover this in the beginning. I am going to weather this, and I am going to do panel lining. I'm sorry, like pre-shading. Now, pre-shading the green, if I well, hold on, because if I do dark on this and I do the other dark green, how am I going to show off the extra tone or the darker tone? How will that work? I think what I could probably do is paint it all black, then paint the inside of the kit the green, like the darker green, and then spray paint it overall just so that the edges can show off. That's an idea. The same thing holds true with the lighter green. The only difference is, though, that I'll paint it gray first, then I'll spray paint it the areas, the dark, black tone, in the edges, and then spray overall the green to see how well it comes out. I might have to do a testing with the spoon. We'll figure that out. Same holds true with the Alex, which I'm going to spray paint everything, everything, but pre-shaded black. I know the blue may be a chore, but as long as I spray paint the areas that I think is going to be black, black, I think what I'll probably end up doing is spray painting it gray, then pre-shading it black, and then applying the blue. That will probably work from there. And we'll go from there. Alright. Simple enough. Sounds good on, me saying it, but I may end up saying to myself, okay, I'm throwing this out the door and we're going to try something else. We'll see what happens. Alright. Let us begin building the War in the Pocket kits, Master Grade Alex, and 1/100 scale Zaku Kai.